Hey guys, what's going on? Jamie here. Just wanted to do a quick update for MSS. As you can see here, the price of MSS just under 1 cent. We're still doing really well with it. Obviously, we have a pretty big deposit balance. So regardless of what the price is, we're usually making quite a bit in the passive side. As a matter of fact, right now, with $240,000 worth of tokens staked, if I were to compound, and again, I'm not telling you to compound or withdraw. You got to make up your own mind on what you're going to do. 240,000. Let's just do 240,000 for easy math. If I was to compound that at 2%, we're still making just shy of 5K a day passively. So again, the price of the token is going to go up. It's going to go down. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's based on the community, right? If the community wants it to run for a long time, it will. If they don't, it won't. And if the behavior of the community is conducive to having this run for a while, it will, right? Obviously, one of the things that is important is for people to be responsible when they withdraw the right way. Obviously, there's a way for us to cash out without having to sell the native token using the Moon Yield platform, and that's something we've always talked about is the fact that we can withdraw without having to cash out the native token. That will help, right? So let's go ahead and jump into this quick update. Talk a little bit about MSS. Of course, I want to start off by saying that I am not a financial advisor. Never take anything I say as financial advice. You guys probably know in the crypto space, there's nothing guaranteed. There's a ton of risk. So if you're not okay with that, don't even bother to get in. However, if you are okay and you have funds you can afford to lose to put into these platforms, then that's what you should be doing, only putting in risk capital. This is probably one of the fewer platforms in the space right now that um, I don't want to say reliable because I don't think there's anything 100% reliable in crypto at all. But, they do have a solid dev. They've gone through some ups and downs already. Yes, price of the token will fluctuate. It'll go down, it'll go up. There's people, big holders and whales that sell off their position. That happens in any project, right? But me, the way I look at it is the faster we can get these whales out of the project that are willing to sell off their bag and drop the token price, the better, right? Better to get them out now or have them exit the platform now than 6 months from now, right? Where if we can get them out now and we can kind of build from where we're at, 6 months from now, we can be in a much stronger position. Because remember, every time a whale leaves the platform or sells off their position, um, it creates more, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, the protocol becomes a little bit quote unquote safer, right? Because again, there's not a whale out there that's going to do some crazy stuff, and the wealth, so to speak, is spread out more, right? I don't know if I explained that right, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. But in any case, this thing is spitting out 2% a day, right, of our deposit balance. Congratulations to you guys that took advantage of the 50% bonus last month. That was a big deal. And yeah, when we collect and claim, we get 1% or half of our available balance because the other half gets burned. But the other, if you're compounding, you're getting 2%. So you're incentivized to compound more than you collect, right? And some of you guys might have a strategy of compounding 3 days a week or 4 days a week and then collecting the rest, or maybe 5 days a week and collecting the weekend. I don't know, you know, whatever your strategy is, everyone's unique with what they're trying to do here because everybody's in a different position, right? Um, so, figure out what your strategy is and then stay disciplined to it. And this thing can run for a while. Because remember, we can take our available balance if we were to claim instead of selling off the native token and tanking the price. You can take your tokens, right, and go to Moon Yield, right, and put it into. You can lend it out, right? For example, if you put in X amount of MSS in here, you can borrow X amount of MUSD. Again, depending on what you're trying to do. Me, I don't mind borrowing. Like for me, my thing is I want to set it and forget it. I don't want to have to be looking at the price of MSS worrying if I'm going to get liquidated. So my collateral ratio might be different from yours. And my tolerance might be different from yours. So figure out what yours is. But my point is, if you can get your MUSD and immediately, as soon as you you lend your MSS, you get MUSD right to your wallet, right? And again, you technically don't have to pay it back, right? So you can take your MSS and, or not, excuse me, not your MSS, your MUSD, right? Go over here, click on this yellow buy button right here, and you can sell your MUSD, right? You just hit this so it switches, right? And then you could take your MUSD, sell it for BNB, right? And then figure out what ratio works for you. Let's say, look for easy math. Let's just say you take 50% of that BNB and you put it in your wallet, and then you take the other 50% and put it in to buying more MSS. That way you can help the MSS price. And why not? Because the price of MSS is very low right now, right? So yeah, and again, whatever ratio works for you. Might be, might be 50-50, it might be 60-40, 70-30. I don't know, whatever it is. But my point is that you can take your BNB, again, keep some of it in your wallet, right? Lock in profits, but then you take the other portion, right? And again, in this example I'm using, it's 50%. You take the other 50%, go back to the MSS protocol here, go to swap, take your BNB, and get more MSS, right? And then go back here to the staking, and then put it in here, and increase your deposit balance, right? Because remember, you just claimed, so your deposit balance, the amount of tokens may have dropped a little bit. So that way you're kind of compounding, but you're also helping the price of the token, and most importantly, you're cashing out without having to sell the native token, right? So again, something that I was able to get on a conversation with Aaron, and he was explaining to me how that works, right? And those other things that we can do, using Moon Yield, which I've yet to get a hold of him to talk about, right? Because I'm open to hearing a little bit more about it. But yeah, that basic strategy of just using the ecosystem to cash out and help the price of the token made sense for me. Because again, I want to be able to help the community and help the the project, right? Now that being said, is everybody going to do it that way? No, there's going to be bad actors and people that just want to do whatever, and that's fine. That's just, you can't control people. All you can do is control yourself. At the end of the day, um, we're going to see what happens with this project. I feel good about it. And again, we haven't seen a dev, like Aaron in the recent past that is open, working on, different projects to help the ecosystem. He's transparent, he's accessible, right? Most times we see a dev and, you don't even know who they are. They're not accessible. They're not transparent, right? We've seen him, go through ups and downs with this project, and he's been very transparent, right? What more can you ask for in a project, right? So, not saying that everything's perfect, but it's better than what a lot of other things that we've seen recently in the space, right? And again, there's a lot of mechanics in this contract that help. For example, if somebody wants to just continuously claim, and do that, they'll obviously claim themselves out of the protocol, right? Because again, every time they claim, the amount of tokens they're claiming gets deducted from their deposit balance. So eventually their deposit balance will be zero and they're out, right? And that's good, right? Maybe that's what they want to do, and that's works for them. Also works for the community because it gets them out of the project, right? So all that just to say that things are going good. Um, we'll see what happens with the price here. Is it a buying opportunity? It all depends on whether or not you think this is going to be around for a while. If you do, then yeah, it certainly looks like a buying opportunity, right? And then just a way to increase your bags, right? Get your deposit balance up and up and up to the point where you feel comfortable with, and then you can start cashing out and all that stuff. So that being said, guys, all of that just to say that, we're feeling good about this. We're going to continue our journey. We'll give you more updates showing you our progress, what we're doing with this. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to earn. Again, there's a perpetual profit cycle that you can participate in, not only with MSS, but if you jump into Moon Yield, there's a lot of different things you can do. Um, right, you can take your MUSD and stake it here, right? 607% APR in the stability pool. There's also the moon share staking where you can earn MUSD. What can you do with that MUSD? You can sell it, right? Cash out. You can take some of it, maybe 50% cash out, 50% uh, uh, take that BNB and buy more MSS, right? Or you could take your MUSD and throw it in here. There's a lot of things you can do, but all of that just to say you have this thing working for you where you can earn money on top of money. Not saying it's risk free, right? Again, there's nothing out here that's risk free, but very much like how we had an ecosystem with Drip, where we had Animal Farm and all these other things that were kind of working hand in hand. We were making money hand over fist over there at the time, especially during its height because we just had our money working for us. And this thing, you can do the same thing here, right? Um, so that being said, like I said, I'll give you more updates moving forward. We feel good about this. Um, right now, MSS is up 4% over the last 24 hours. During the last 24 hours, the entire market has tanked because of some things that are going on in the world, right? But while the crypto market has tanked over the last 24 hours, MSS is up 4%. So again, we got to highlight things like that. And we'll give you more updates moving forward. So that being said, check out the link below if you want to get in. Again, you can get in on the BSC side, you can get in on the base side, whichever one makes more sense for you, and I get you 2% per day, right? Imagine if the price of MSS doesn't go anywhere, but we're getting 2% a day, that's 60% a month if you're compounding for the entire month. And I'm not saying for you to do that, but I'm just giving you an example. Where else can you get 60% per month, right? All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next update video. Peace.